Southern wildlife filmmakers started it all.
The Johnsons have an incredible story. The story of these two young people and its travel and its adventure and its romance.
People went to see it because it was so different and it was so new. They were seeing things they'd never seen before and seeing them in the eyes of two young people who were from Kansas. Martin and Osa were stars.
To Africa and the South Pacific they ventured. Martin and Osa Johnson were a pair of wide-eyed kids on a quest for sheer adventure. In the 1920s, travel was a dream for most Americans, yet audiences could thrill to the Johnsons' films and be transported to the ends of the earth. Martin and Osa were the darlings of an adoring public, smitten with wanderlust. But behind the scenes, there were daunting challenges and dangers.
Their life was difficult. Traveling, filming in very difficult conditions was hard on them. But that's what they loved.
For Martin, the inspiration for his extraordinary life comes from his hero, the author of Call of the Wild.
Martin read a magazine, and it had an ad in it placed by Jack London, and he wanted an American boy who could go on a trip with him.
Martin writes an impassioned letter, one of hundreds Jack London receives.
I would undergo any hardship. I want to see things and places. Mr. London, I would certainly like to make this trip with you. But if you think you could not use me, I hope to run across you in some part of the world. P.S. Guess I'm a regular Rolling Stone.
1 week later, Martin gets a telegram with a simple response. Can you cook? At age 23, he signs on as chef for his idol on a ship sailing round the world. Or at least that was the plan. Rampant illness and a leaky boat grind the voyage to a halt in the South Pacific. Martin returns home to Kansas with some tall stories to tell. All he needs is a paying audience as he takes his show on the road. On a swing through Chanute, Kansas, he catches the eye of a local beauty, Osa Lady. They fall in love, and though she's just 16, they elope.
There were two parts to Osa. There was one part of her that wanted to be the small-town Kansas girl, have a family, white picket fence. But then there was another part of her. With that marriage, she committed herself to a life of adventure.
Osa joins him on the road as part of his act. 7 years later, with the money they raise, they pack up Martin's movie camera and get 2 tickets to the South Pacific Islands, where Jack London left off.
Martin wanted to go back and film cannibals. That's what he wanted to do, was to film cannibals. And it was dangerous. When they first went to the Solomon Islands, the man who was in charge there said that Osa couldn't go with Martin because this was dangerous, where Martin wanted to go film. And Osa said, if you go, I go. And she went with him.
Martin and Osa are among the first outsiders the islanders have ever seen. On Taman, they capture these images of natives curing heads. On Malekula, they encounter reputed cannibals, a people known as the Big Nambas. The Johnsons are taken prisoner.
Nagapate was the chief of the Big Namba, and he thought Osa was pretty cute, I think, because he seemed to have thought he'd keep her there. And Martin didn't like that idea. So they got frightened. Martin and Osa got frightened.
As luck would have it, a British patrol boat appears on the horizon, sending the Big Nambas into a panic. The Johnsons see their opening and make a break for it. But the story doesn't end there. 2 years later, they return to attempt a reunion with the Big Nambas, this time with the protection of armed guards.
And they thought it would be fascinating to see the reaction of the Big Nambas looking at this footage that was shot of them 2 years earlier. The Big Nambas absolutely loved what they saw on the screen. They would shout out the name of each of the natives that they saw come up on the screen. And then when an image of a person who had died since the film had been made came on screen, the Big Nambas were in shock.
The Johnsons' movies are a revelation to the natives. And back home, the reaction is just as big.
The Johnsons were a hit. Their movies were very popular.
The lines to get in the films would be wrapped around the box sometimes because it was the Johnsons' new film.
Their appeal isn't lost on more serious circles. Carl Akeley of the American Museum of Natural History recognizes the archival value of their footage and helps secure funds for their next trip to Africa. In the 20s, this is still the Dark Continent, a land with frontiers few outsiders have braved. The Johnsons settled down at a remote outpost they dubbed Lake Paradise. From here, for nearly 3 years, they film a wilderness that's now vanished. Osa finally has her chance to be domestic, Africa style, but her duties don't keep her in the kitchen.
She was a Dead-Eye Dick. She was our own Annie Oakley.
Osa provided the cover, the protection that Martin needed while he filmed. Keep in mind that Martin was moving quite close to these dangerous animals. And they didn't have these great zoom lenses. They had to approach these wild animals as close to them as possible.
November 2nd, 1929, the Johnsons set out to outdo themselves with their 4th expedition to Africa. Congarilla is slated to be their most ambitious picture to date.
This is said to be the first sound film that was filmed completely in Africa. These were sounds that no one in the States had ever heard. To hear a lion roar, or to hear the gorilla when he pounded on his chest, or the people when they danced, the noises they made, their music. Everything was new.
Sound gives the Johnsons the chance to film what is perhaps their most memorable piece of footage.
I used to get embarrassed when I saw Osa with the pygmies and they were dancing, but while we're geared now that we don't want to embarrass anyone, she didn't even think of that. She just wanted them to have a good time, and she wanted to see how they would react, and they did. They loved it. I think Martin and Osa related to the people, and the people related back to them.
Ironically, for all their exotic adventures, the Johnsons' worst misfortune strikes close to home. During a lecture tour of the States, their plane crashes. On January 13th, 1937, Martin dies. Life would never be the same for Osa. 16 years later, at age 58, she dies of a heart attack. Today, Chanute, Kansas is a small town with a big secret. Here, where they met, the Johnsons' memory lives on, along with the memory of the wilderness they preserved with their films.
Their legacy is a world that does not exist anymore. It's a world of huge herds of animals that were undisturbed by hunters. It had native peoples living their traditional ways of life, not influenced by modern society. In watching the movies, we can relive that. What a wonderful life that the Johnsons lived.
Johnson recorded on film the spectacle of an unknown Africa.
Most
most people hadn't. I told Randy about this place. I didn't know about it either. And they went to all. We were here to gifts. That was almost way better. Buddhists. Because they had all kind of, I could show you some of your house, like instruments and mats, all kinds of stuff. I mean, a lot bigger stuff than that. I forgot that part. I forgot they were filming. Man, there's your man.
Do what?
They'd love to see your picture. They put it on their Facebook page.
Um, no, I just want to.
Is she showing a baby belly or just a fat belly? Looks like proud of it, whatever. Weird.
I thought it was a picture of her. I thought I didn't know she had kids.
They don't say anything about this board here.
That sounds weird.
Let's see their campsite.
Okay. This guy's kind of scary. 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 the skin. Wow. Scary. A bear and a person. Oh. Oh, it's kind of scary too.
Did you already do this? Oh.
No, I guess I haven't.
You take a picture when you get over here.
Okay. This thing is incredible.
Be stabbed.
He's a little,
The nail person. Here, you get over there. I'll take a picture.
looks like Hellraiser guy. You've seen him?
Oh.
Hellraiser. He's
Is
pretty
he the one
bald.
with the pins? Yeah. Here, let me take a picture of it.
Good.
Oh, you want me to bang it?
Supper time.
Cannibals?
Cannibals. Supper time cannibal.
Not me, her.
But you were my friend. You gonna serve me up. I'm on the menu.
Yeah, this used to be a lot more modernized than when I was here. Cause these, like, we're just kind of, like, more random places. Like these, more random places. Along the stairs and stuff.
Yeah, it seems like I would understand her being so distraught when her, well, anytime.
Well,
Your
yeah, you go
husband
from a life
dies.
of adventure to
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't remember realize that there was so much political stuff behind the scenes going on.
So they had, okay, they had scenes, right, in several pictures. They bought their,
I thought they made several pictures.
maybe I was wrong on that. Because she said it was like they had some in Tarzan, some scenes in Tarzan, stuff like that.
Yeah. who did both.
Yeah. Well, I know some of these people saw their movies and were just amazed. I see more stuff about her than him.
Well, this one has, oh, that's what it was, I think. Several of the movies had clips from their movies.
That's what I meant.
So
That's what I meant.
in both, they made the movie. They weren't really in the movie. Well, some of them they might have been.
No, I didn't expect them. It was
Oh, I
their-
thought you were saying they were in the movies.
No, they're animals. They bought rights to use their clips that they made. I wonder if they're, there's no way. I was gonna say, I wonder if they're related to Cindy and Scott.
Yeah, yeah.
There's so many Johnsons. It's unreal.
We all are related. Go back to Adam and Eve.
Well, yeah. That's true. Johnson Exposition. She's got a peculiar name, I think. I've never heard it anyway. Yeah. It's different. Employees and their cameras. That's cool. This is dog rotate leopard glitch malt. And a World War II Liberty ship named after them, named after him. I always love these movies.
Yeah, I didn't know Lemony Snicket's.
Hmm?
I didn't know they had their relation to Lemony Snicket's. I saw that.
And she was in a wheelchair one time? Or,
Yeah, looked like it right after the plane crash.
oh yeah, she probably get hurt. Like this.
Yeah, more child free. Tanganyika.
Hmm?
Tanganyika on here.
Oh, really? That's a, is that what do you want to call it in Africa?
I guess Serengeti's there.
Darn the betas. Little Columbus monkey. I love those monkeys. Mm-hmm. Coffee skins, that's so sad. That's so sad. Good coffee. Hmm?
It even showed, I told over there what she brought back with her monkeys.
Oh, I see. Oh, you mean the wild animals?
And that big Friday. material for 3 films and a book, 2 cockatoos, an orangutan, and a gray gibbon named Calloway.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, here's one of them. It's a orangutan.
Orangutan. I wonder how they got him in the United States.
Well, back then, they didn't have laws that did. She's proud. You were worried. I
What?
don't know if you want this on camera. You were worried about not having your bra on. She's right. Fair enough.
Yepper. And here's them. Is this with her orangutan? Pretty sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that little one's probably the gibbon. Oh, that must be that proboscis monkeys. The bottom's the gibbon.
I love those monkeys.
Oh, they got the gibbon and the orangutan on the bottom.
They kind of remind me of the people that did Born Free, but they didn't. They just had a movie made about them, but I think she did. She actually did some paintings. Not movies, really.
Maybe you get a picture sometime. No.
You went to Australia?
Oh, yeah, you didn't read that either. That was something to do with them getting, well, they came from Australia. They didn't know about the war that was going on for the cannibals' land with France and somewhere else. Anyway, that's why they had to leave. Because they thought that they were spies or something, like animals did. And then they went back later, a few years later. I guess these are called masts. Okay. Oh, okay. I thought they were oars of some sort. Man, that'd be heavy. I think. I'd fall over. We'd face plant.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this them wearing them?
But I guess you could hit somebody with them when you fell down.
Yeah.
I wonder, wait,
I speared
I wonder
somebody.
how many people had to go to the medic after they.
That hyena.
like some of their photos. I bet it was because I don't.
The old
Oh
building
well, it
had-
had to be before '93.
The old building had, that's what you're thinking of, it's over there.
It's a one storage.
Yeah, it's storage.
Oh man, it's in storage. I said, oh, that's real cool. They got a campsite. That's
Yeah.
kind of like our old Cowtown was in Wichita. Now it's all like roped off and behind glass.
Yeah, it's in storage. And they needed more room.
That's what
They
was so
renovated
awesome. I
this.
brought her over, but she's obviously a photographer, so that's a thing anyway.
Yeah.
I was into adventure, but she was into adventure too, and animals. Yeah, I didn't remember it being that modern looking outside either.
Yeah.
She goes, don't you remember how you got in there? How many years? Well, what are you in this building?
A long time ago, it was over in renovated freight office. It's like 3 blocks from here, built just down the main street and across the railroad tracks.
Speaking in
And-
there.
no. There's no track.
So I guess the sidewalk starts over there.
Oh, there's a sidewalk to this whole thing? Yeah. Oh. Let's see.
I thought that's what you were trying to go over to. Okay. Earlier, and I'm like, well, where'd it go? Because the track stops right there.
Why do they have to put built with real buffalo brick? Did they?